Glazing. A glaze is a transparent or semi-transparent layer of paint used to modify the appearance of the underlying colors. Glazes can change the hue, value, and intensity of the underlying colors. A glaze is made up of a glazing medium combined with paint. Glazes should contain more medium than paint. The amount of paint used in a glaze can be relatively small in comparison to the amount of glazing medium, roughly 80% medium to 20% paint. Glazes allow light to pass through to the underlying layer of color. The resulting optical mix lends richness and depth to the colors. Glazes can be used with both oil and acrylic paints. Before applying a glaze, the paint underneath must be completely dry. Also, each layer of glaze must be dry before applying additional layers. You can apply as many layers of glaze as needed. As always, you should be careful not to overwork the painting. In this example, I use acrylic paint and an acrylic glazing medium and some of the colors in our palette. The horizontal bands are the warm primaries, cadmium red, cadmium yellow medium, and phthalo blue with white added to it. The vertical bands are glazes. On the left is the cool red, the quinacridone red. In the middle is the cool yellow with a little bit of white added to it to create a tint. And to the right, I simply mixed gray and glazing medium and laid that over the horizontal bands. As the colors intersect, you can see how the glazes modify the colors underneath. In this example of a modern copy of a painting by Jean Vermeer, the artist is laying down an initial layer of glaze for the skin tone. This is being applied over the dead color layer or grisaille underpainting, utilizing the values within the underpainting for the shadow areas. The artist is using Vermeer's technique of applying a glaze directly over the underpainting. Before the glaze was dry, Vermeer would begin working color into the glazing layer to create adjustments in tone and value. This technique is called scumbling. Glazing mediums. For acrylic, acrylic glazing liquid, either Liquitex or Golden, or any acrylic gel medium, either matte or satin, would work as a glazing medium with acrylics. For oil, Liquin, made by Winsor Newton, or Galkid, made by Gamblin, among others. These are modern formulas meant to replace traditional glazing recipes. These mediums also act as desiccants or secatives, which speed up the drying time of the paint. A simple oil glazing recipe, a traditional oil glazing recipe, would be 2 ounces of gum turpentine or mineral spirits and 1 ounce of stand oil. Stand oil is linseed oil that has been heated at a high temperature and is thicker than linseed oil. Small batches of glazing medium are recommended. Optional. You can add 1 ounce of Damar varnish for gloss to your traditional oil glazing recipe and 1 ounce of Japan dryer or cobalt dryer to speed up the drying time. Please note, when mixing a glazing medium, remember to stir the mixture. Do not shake. Shaking the mixture will cause air bubbles.